Hi and welcome to the DAFTAS YouTube channel. Today I will be talking to one of the team leaders of DAFTAS 2020, Mark Haldor. Mark's film, The Fetishman, is a spoof on The Irishman, and the film has won 5 out of 7 awards at the inaugural DAFTAS, namely for the Best Costume, Best Cinematography, Best Actor, Best Actress and Best Film. So without further ado, let's find out about Mark's experience of the DAFTAS. Hi Mark, thank you for joining us. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Loving the Diet Coke sponsorship behind you.
Well, it's Jean-Paul Gaultier.
There double whammy.
Double whammy. Hopefully, I'll get some remuneration for that. So, the DAFTAS, obviously the Fetishman, which was a spoof of The Irishman, has won 5 out of 7 awards, hasn't it?
I know.
Congratulations on
so
that.
So close.
So let's start from the beginning. When I approached you asking to take part in this project, what were your thoughts?
Oh shit. I'm joking. I'm in a silly mood today.
It's fine.
I was really excited by it because I hadn't done anything like this for a long time. And the thoughts, what I loved about it was the randomness of it. And obviously it was in honor of Joe. So that was a big draw for me. And just the whole concept was really interesting because you were taking the big films of the previous year that were going to be nominated. It's like, do your own take on them. And that was the brief. It was a blank canvas. And what director and actor doesn't want that? So,
on the night of the draw, when you got The Irishman, what was your reaction?
I want Joker. That was my reaction.
I think everyone wanted Joker.
Everybody wanted Joker. It was the film of the year. Well, it should have been, but it was certainly the performance of the year. To be honest, once I get over the initial shock of it being a 4-hour film, we had to condense into 6 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever it was. I was like, right. But then we got talking as a group. And to be honest, for me, that's what made the project was I could not have been blessed with a better, nicer, more creative, fun-loving group. They became a family. And that night alone, the ideas that were thrown around, just for example, I was like, yeah, we got this. You know, it was just such a fun project. And irrespective of the outcome of it all, to work with such talented people that you're thrown together with and have that kind of resonance with each other, that was the gift. You can't, I mean, I relive that day over and over. You just can't create that.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And talking about people, so obviously you worked with some people you knew before. So they were all allocated randomly. So some were new people, some were people you worked with before. How did you all gel?
Amazingly well. I knew probably half the people, maybe slightly more. So I was quite fortunate in that respect. But these are also people I haven't seen and worked with in years too. So there was that side of it. And then there was new people that came to the group. And it was fun learning what their talents and strengths were. And as I say, everyone just worked so well together. That was the big thing I took from it. Everyone was so proactive. Because obviously I was kind of the team leader and I took on the directing duties along with Monika, but and I also wrote it for the most part. But the fact that I was able to do that and have such support from the team that I didn't have to nag anyone, and I just go, oh, we could do this, who wants to do this? And it was like me. It made it effortless for me, to be honest. Because I've worked on productions that haven't been like that.
Yeah,
and it becomes a lot of hard work.
And so how was the preparation? So how long did it take you to write the script, prepare for it? Because the films had to be shot in one day.
So it took me longer to watch the film than it did to write it.
Okay.
So it took me 4 hours to watch the film over 2 days. And then I wrote the script in about 30-40 minutes. And then I looked at it, I sent it out to everyone. kind of expecting a load of feedback and changes, and everyone was like, no, that's cool, we like it. And it's like, oh, and I think I might have changed the odd line just so it flowed better, but for the most part, what I wrote's what we did. And then there was a bit of improv on set, which is always welcome. I love improv. And then, yeah, the longest part was editing it. So,
Yeah.
How
did the editing go?
That was harder, mainly because the person who had the footage went to Dubai. So once I got the footage, that was amazing. But it took me about 2 weeks, not full time, obviously, just part time, doing a few hours a day to get the film ready. But I love the editing side of it because you get to shape it and tweak it, and there was a lot of moments that I loved, and we even had to cut due to time, but it makes you be more concise, and it shows what you really need to tell the story and what you don't. So it was a challenge, but I loved it.
And how was it on the day of filming?
On the day of filming?
Yeah.
Chaos. Again, as with any production, you have your challenges and your unforeseen hiccups. But again, everyone just battled through them and pulled together so well. And if we couldn't shoot a certain scene, we were like, okay, we can push that for later. That person will be there. And we had to, obviously, some people are in scenes back to back, especially Tyler, who's in like every scene. We had to do it so that we could do costume changes accordingly. And Monika did a lot of the mapping out of the structure of the scenes that we shot in. And then we decided halfway through the day that it was better she directs some scenes and I direct others on a second set, so that we got all the footage done in time, because there's so many locations and setups we did. And it was a full day. I think it was from like 7, 8 a.m. in the morning till 10:30 at night, non-stop. I'd like to say we had a lunch break. We kind of just had a lunch break on the go. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was quite a lot of locations, and luckily, obviously, the location that you've had as a team, you were very fortunate to be able to use so many different angles and sets.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I saw we had a £200 budget, I was like, sky's the limit. Let's go mad. Let's really film all the scenarios we want, Budget's not a limit. So I think the most expensive thing we bought was a Batman costume and watermelons, but we did all right. Everyone pulled together. Unfortunately, between us, we had equipment and iPhones and so on. I mean, it was Monika's idea to shoot it all on the iPhone. And I'll be honest, I was apprehensive as hell. I was like, I don't know about that. And I stand corrected. I think it was an amazing idea. And it turned out so well. And I even tell people now we shot it and they're like, what? They can't believe it. And it does make you show that you just need the creativity and the inspiration and go for it. You can do anything these days. As I say, we did a lot of pre-production, so we knew what we had to do and when, which I think made us able to do so much in so little time. And I think also the big advantage was we knew when our day and night scenes and internal shots could be shot, so we made use of that time accordingly. And then, say, Monika suggesting we actually split up and did 2 shoots at once. That made the difference, because I could go and get location shots while she got some more interior shots and outside shots, and that really enhanced our workflow. So
yeah, because not so many people actually thought of that, to have 2 different teams shooting, because the rules don't specify how many.
Didn't say we couldn't.
Yeah, didn't say you couldn't. So well
and
done
I'm
on
blessed
Monika.
to have such a thoughtful team.
Absolutely. And so going back to the people you've met, obviously I know you've been working on some projects together with the same people, so you still keep in touch?
We have. We've become quite a close-knit group in all. So we're working on a lockdown project at the moment. Working title, potentially final title, is Lockdown Lowdown, which is basically going to be an insight into. Okay, so the premise is basically that everyone has wrote a script for a character that doesn't exist. And we drew at random, kind of like the DAFTAS, who was going to perform each other's scripts. And then almost like when you get a self-tape through, it's your perception of that character. And I've had some very, very interesting and exciting results. So I'm currently editing that, and it's going to be a bit of fun.
Excellent. And tell for the future generations of DAFTAS, why should people take part in it?
Because it's going to be the highlight of your year, no question. I mean, I would have said that regardless of 2020. It seems like a bit of an anti-climax promotion now. However, it's the most fun you can have in one day. It really is. And you get to meet new people, you get to make lifelong friendships, you get to experiment and have fun, which I think often with acting and productions, sometimes you don't get the opportunity to do that because it is a business. You are out to work. But DAFTAS is different. We're in it for a different reason. And the whole event, the actual being there on the night with everyone and celebrating the moment and everyone's achievements, it was a highlight of my year, no question. And absolutely we'll do it next year in a heartbeat. Absolutely.
And did you expect for so many awards?
No.
What did you go expecting?
What did I go expecting? I was just hoping we got one. Do you know what I mean? I was like, because you haven't seen everyone else's films, and in one day, you know your drawbacks, you know your limitations, you know what you're working with. And I'd sat with it for 2 weeks. I was bored of it after 2 weeks. I was like, oh my God, I hope people like this. I just want them to like it. And yeah, I think we're all confident we'd win something, but we certainly didn't expect to win what we did. And yeah, it was just a blessing. I just feel really thankful because everyone works so hard on it. Not just our film, but all the films, the project in general. And I feel really blessed that people liked it.
How did it feel like watching your film on a big screen?
That's always nice, irrespective of what it is. What I loved and what I took most from it was I'd sat there editing it for 2 weeks. So to hear the audience's reaction to it and because I didn't need to watch the film, I was watching the audience and resonating with that. And that was the thank you, that was the reward, that made it all worthwhile because that was genuine. And you know, you can talk to people afterwards and they say, oh, it's really good, or I like this, or I like that, or whatever. But in the moment, hearing it for yourself, there's no better thing. That was amazing.
And of course, there was a very kind of little party after the awards, and you got to chat to guests and also judges. The feedback you got from judges, what do you think about the judges?
There was a party, I can't remember that. I don't know. No, I'm joking.
On a rooftop.
No, I'm joking. I did have a few drinks that night, but I do remember. Yeah, the judges were also lovely. There was such a great range of people as well from different areas of the industry that they've all succeeded in. Karen was just so complimentary and lovely. I can't thank you enough. Yeah, I mean, everyone was so nice. You go, shut up, you can't mean it really, but if they did, and I'm sure they did, it's really flattering to have, because we're up and coming and we're really trying to make a name for ourselves, and for people to say that we love what you're doing, keep doing it. That's it. What more do you need? That's the inspiration right there.
How do you like this for next year's trophies?
Amazing. I hope you're being serious.
I am being serious.
Yeah.
I'll make a mold out of it and that will be the awards next year. There you go.
Right on. I like that.
It's happening.
Hey.
DAFTAS 2021 now.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope that you have a better understanding now of what DAFTAS is, how to prepare yourself for the project, what do we expect from team leaders, the preparation that it requires, and the overall feel of the awards. We hope to see you next year at the DAFTAS 2021 that will take place on the 8th of April. In order to enroll yourself to the project, please subscribe to our channel. We will keep you up to date with all the rules, T's and C's in coming months.